What happened after Lulu got killed?
After Lulu get killed, there's other players involved, other connects. There's mad connects running around. It's mad connects. But after Lulu get killed, I'm not playing that hard no more. So I'm not even looking for that world. Rich more so got a connect now. You feel me? He met this cat from 12th Street, Fritz. Now Fritz was a black guy, and he got a lot of drugs, so he hitting Rich now. And Rich was selling crack now. And the crack game is much faster than the coke game.
Yeah.
You feel me? He's selling bottles this fucking big for like $5 all night and day. And that Rich making a lot of money.
Yeah.
You feel me? Maybe double the money that I was making with the coke. You understand? So he in a whole nother bracket now. So so I'm not even looking to get 5 and 40 bricks. I could go buy me 1 or 2 from somebody that got it and just hold down my little situation. I'm not trying to be, what that was no more.
Well, why not just get out of it altogether at that point? I mean,
Because
you almost die. People close to you are dead. Clearly, this is not a fun and games anymore.
It's more like, how would I put it, man? You still like nice things and shit. Mm-hmm. Keeping it 100. You feel me? You still want the latest car.
Right.
You still trying to keep up with that shit. Right. So
and there's no plan B.
Nah. And in plan B, you got people robbing you. If you try to take your money and open up a restaurant or a skating rink, those people are worse than the streets because they know where you're coming from. So they ask you, well, you got to do this, and all that should be bullshit, but you're giving up your money, so it's really hard to really even get out the game.
Okay.
You really got to go cold turkey, get a job and shit, and say, fuck it.
Right.
You understand?
And it's not like you had a whole bunch of money. You didn't have millions stashed away where you could just
I
retire.
was good keeping it 100, but your bills is high.
Yeah.
You feel me? My mortgage and certain things is high. Yeah. You feel me? So you maybe got a mortgage of $5,000 a month. So you don't want to, But then it came after Rich died. That's when I, I'm done. I don't give a fuck, man.
Okay. So how does Rich Porter get killed?
Rich Porter get killed. Let me share this with you. I remember the night. I remember the day. I had came to my mother's house, and Rich's sister was there with my mother and my family. And she told me that her brother, this was my girl at the time, Pat, she said my little brother didn't come home from school yet. It was like 6 or 7 o'clock. I'm like, what? She said, I'm gonna run to my mother's house and see what's going on. I was like, damn, that's crazy. I'll be there in a minute. I had to do something. And when I was finished, I went over there. Rich was there, and his sister was there. And his mother was there. And I remember Rich, his leg was shaking like he wasn't saying nothing, like, what the fuck is going on? And then the phone rung. And he told me, like, yo, come in. And he was talking, he was saying, like, yo, yeah, we got your brother, blah, 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 blah. Nigga, we want $500,000, boom, boom, boom.
Rich Porter's brother?
Yeah, this is
little brother. How old was he at the time?
13 years old.
13 years old, yeah.
So Rich was like, man, I ain't giving you shit or whatever. I ain't got it, man. And they hung up. And Rich was like, yo, you heard his voice? And I was like, I don't know who the fuck that is. And he was like, like upset. Then, Rich being Rich, he mad and he really want to find, who the fuck is behind this. And he started calling cats. I think he called his cat. And at that time, they didn't have ID for the phones, but this cat had one. Yeah, I think like when they first started, he had one, so he brought the ID to the house, and they was waiting for him to call back, but the shit didn't register. And when they called back, they was like, you know, you think it's gonna be this? You think we playing? Whatever. Go to McDonald's on 125th Street, motherfucker. It's the package there for you in the bathroom. So Rich sent somebody over there, I believe, and they came back. They didn't see anything. So he sent somebody back over there. They came back, I think, with a coffee can with Rich's little brother finger and a tape recorder with his little brother crying, pleading for his life. You understand? I believe Pat, Rich's sister, she ran out the door, fuck everybody, to the precinct. And that's when the police got involved. And they sent people over looking like me and you, walked in. I think whatever they did to tap the phone and wait for the phone call, but they never called back. To me, I felt right then it was somebody within the circle.
Yeah.
Because they know exactly every move. You understand? And which we find later on, it was Rich's uncle that kidnapped his little brother.
Rich's uncle kidnapped his nephew.
Yes, sir. His mother's brother, yes, sir.
In order to extort Rich
For $500,000.
for $500,000.
Because he's there on the set. He see how much money's being made.
Yeah.
So you can't lie to him that it ain't there. So he knows what's going on.
Why didn't Rich agree, give him 50,000, 100,000, something?
He did after they called back again. All right, we gonna get the paper for you, no problem.
Yeah.
The police is involved now.
Okay.
After the finger.
So there was no.
You understand?
Yeah.
But he knows now. So to me personally speaking, I don't know. But after the police got involved, they might have panicked and they had to kill the little boy now.
Yeah.
But Rich man, Fritz, he come to Rich rescue like, here, boom, give him this if they call back. Give him 30 birds. Right? So they never called back, but the uncle's on deck, he's seeing this. So now he maybe act like a letter came to the art house because he want those 30 birds, man. So the letter come, yo, look, they sent the letter. Rich read the letter, but Rich passed the letter to the feds, to the police. So now he was supposed to meet at a street phone, and they were gonna call it a street phone. The feds, Rich don't wanna go. You feel me? They dress up, I think it might even been Pat to go to the phone, but dressed up like a boy, I believe. Not to go answer the phone. But the uncle on deck, he knows the phone never rings.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how wicked and how deep the game is, bro. But nobody noticed. But in me, I didn't know it was him.
You knew it was someone.
But someone
Right there. So the uncle was.
is recount, every move.
Right. So the uncle's hanging out with y'all,
Yes, sir. He in the midst.
watching all this happen.
He in the midst with them, yes, sir.
And what he had like a group of his guys basically with
Yes.
with
Yes,
the
sir.
little boy.
Yes, sir.
And he's going back and telling them
Yes,
like,
sir.
okay, this is going wrong. The
Yes,
feds
sir.
are involved. We're gonna have to
Yes,
kill
sir.
the boy.
I think he was already, personally speaking, I think he was already dead.
Already dead.
Killed them, wrapped them in 14 garbage bags, and left them up in Orchard Beach.
Okay.
So now, Rich got the 30 birds. He called on Poe,
Alpo.
because he can't move, he can't touch nothing to help him get rid of it.
Right. Because the feds are already involved.
They around, you feel me?
Okay. And they find that the police find the body.
They didn't find the body yet.
Okay.
The boy missing.
Boy
Nobody
still
knows we're down there out for about a month.
Oh, okay.
For about a month, nobody knows. So he wound up calling on Poe, help me get rid of these joints, da 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 da. How would I put it? The situation is nasty. Po know it's nasty. Everybody on panic mode. Feds involved. They question it. Who's who, what's what. It's coming to an end. Game over. It's coming to an end.
Yeah.
I guess so. Everybody looking like, yo, how I'm gonna get out of this shit? I look at it like, here's an opportunity for me to get out of this shit. Rich gets murdered. Po get off with the birds.
Rich gets killed.
Yes, sir. Po kills Rich. Po, I believe, walk away with the birds. You feel me?
At the time, how much was a brick of cocaine going for?
At that time, I believe the prices had went up to about 25 around that time.
Okay, so let's just do some math here. 30 bricks times 25,000. $750,000.
Yes, sir.
So you're talking about maybe $1.5 million, $2 million
Yes, sir.
worth of cocaine in terms of the street value.
Yes, sir.
Alpo kills Rich. You know how he kills him?
I don't know. I don't even know he did it at the time, personally speaking.
So, but Rich ends
But
up dead.
This is what happened. We was playing ball on the east side the night that Rich died. Me and my friends, late at night, we playing ball for a few dollars and shit. And we hear some gunshots because of the highway. But we don't think that is real. We just like, damn, somebody just lost their life. This is what we just say while we was playing ball. All right, so we come back to the block, go to the store, get some water. It's like 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. And the Suzuki Jeep was creeping by on the opposite side of the street. And I look, I'm like, damn, that look like Alpo in that car. I just waved my hand. He waved, swung a U, came around the block, pulled over. And he was like, what's up, man? And he had scratches on his face, like deep scratches in his face. I'm like, damn, what the fuck happened to you? Well, the scratches looked like he was still bleeding. And he was like, nah, my girl, man, DC, man, we had a fight. I'm like, wow, damn, you don't heal easy then, because you look like you still bleeding. But I'm blind to the matter of what took place. So this cat had drove past. He was like, oh, who that? It was this cat. He was, oh, that nigga owe me some money. I'll be back. So he jumped in the car. He had some other cat with him. I didn't even know who he was. He jumped in the car and he drove and he followed the dude. So after that, this girl had walked up on me. She was like, what's up? I was looking for you. You was good. You gonna hang out with me? I said, all right, no problem. But I said, let me go home and get a change of clothes first. I said, you driving. She gave her the keys to the car, so she drove. I lived down the block at that time. So she drove down the block. My man and them, they got in their cars, they pulled off, and they left. And when we pulled up in front of the building, I got out the car, about to walk upstairs. Alpo pulled up in the car, I was like, yo, hey, come here for a minute. And one of my friends had pulled up on me, he said, yo, hey, he was like calling me, both of them was calling me at the same time. And my man was like, yo, hey, it's important, it's important. So when I went to him first, I told Po, I said, 1 second. I went to him, he said, yo, dog, don't go over there. I said, why you say, see, yo, that nigga was in the cut, like, laying. I was like, for real? He was like, yeah. I said, all right. So I said, give me a minute, Po. I went upstairs. You understand? And I came back down. I didn't know what was going on. But when I came back down, he wasn't there. So I got in the car with the girl, and we drove to the Bronx. And when I drove to the Bronx, we had beepers back then. Yeah. My beeper was going off 911, 911, and it was my mom's calling me. So I went to the phone, left her in the car, went to the phone, called my mother. She was like, you know they found Pat's brother. I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. But in my gut, I already felt that Donnell was dead. So I'm thinking she was talking about Donnell at the time. And I was like, damn. So right after that, my beeper went off again. It was Pat calling me. And I was like, I'm gonna call her right now. I'm gonna hang up, call Pat, which was Rick's sister. She crying, right? I was like, I heard. And she was like, yo, they killed Rich. I was like, what? And like the phone dropped. And, you know, I don't know, man. It's like I seen Alpo standing right in front of me with scratches on his face and shit. And I didn't even pick back up the phone, bro. I walked to the car, got in the car with the girl. She was like, everything all right? I said, yo, let's just go to your house. She said, I'm gonna go get something to eat first. I said, all right. And I didn't say anything. Went in the house, got in the bed. You know, she, you know, listen, take some money, just leave me alone, yeah. Let me stay in this room. Because my mind was, I'm crazy, like what the fuck is going on?
You're paranoid. Yeah.
I woke up, I went to sleep, I maybe woke up like about 3 o'clock the next day. Drove to the block crowded, everybody crying and shit. I'm like, wow, man, this shit really, as soon as I pull up, Alpo pull up. Like, he crying, what happened? And I looked at him, he looked at me, and he just went back to his car, got in his car and left. And that's when I knew, like, wow, man. You know, like, that's when I knew, before people knew, that's when I knew, like, that he did that to Rich, man. Okay. You understand what I'm saying?
So, after that, Alpo gets caught?
He didn't get caught.
For the murder?
He didn't get caught for the murder. Life went on. Life goes on.
Okay.
Nobody knows, but in my spirit, I'm thinking like, homie did that.
Alpo killed your friend, Rich.
But, you know, we don't know. Nobody knows. For a fact, it's not a fact. And I'm not putting it out there like that.
Yeah.
You understand? But when I was talking to Pat, because the feds is involved, you know, they found Rich. I had told Pat, keeping it 100, I said, yo, Pat, if you tell them to look under Rich's fingernails and shit and see if he was fighting for his life, you might find who did this to Rich.
Yeah.
You understand? So I don't know what went on after that, because people was getting murdered in the streets left and right. And I was living in Long Island then, and people was getting murdered so much. I said, I'm just going to stay in for a minute, man, and let this shit just bubble over, because it was crazy, man. People was getting murdered in cold blood in the streets. It seemed like how everybody that was in the game was just falling like flies. Mm-hmm. That was somebody. That was amongst us, you know, like, it's getting murdered. And I couldn't understand it, so I just stayed in for a minute. And when I did come out, I had a car that I had parked. I had a house in Long Island, and I had the apartment on Links Terrace, and in the back of Links Terrace, I had a parking lot, and I had one of my cars there, and it was dirty, because, you know, but in dust, someone wrote, "You next, motherfucker." Mm. You understand? So I'm like, wow. Maybe if I'd have went to that car that night, and my man didn't come and holler at me, I might not be here doing this video, not be able to write the movie, not be able to tell the story.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's how deep this shit is.
I'm a fan of Drake. I'm a fan of the idea of Drake. So, no disrespect against Drake.
What do you mean by the idea of Drake? What does that mean?
Meaning that if he has a ghostwriter, he's an idea. He's not meaning that it's a perception created that he's not really writing the lyrics, and it's just like here, let's make this in the factory and put it out.
I'm just on top of my game right now, Vlad, and I'm just getting blessed. I'm booked 4 or 5 times a week, 60, 75K a show, man. I'm winning right now, man, and I'm just steady trying to increase my hustle.